Lioness, it's time to rise. Unleash the power deep inside, strong and fierce. You're not alone. Together we'll make our presence known. We're the women ready to roll. Oh, yeah. Build the myths, life and sisterhood. Oh, yeah. We'll conquer all just like we should. Roll, lioness.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pride and Purpose podcast, where we live life on purpose and we do everything on purpose. So I'm just so excited that we are here tonight with one of our lovely lioness, Miss Janet Garcia, and I am just elated right now. I am so happy, even though the humps and the bumps tried to prevent this from happening, because we know that God has something to say tonight. So we're so excited that she's here with us. And so we're going to get started. We're not going to delay it any longer. Good evening, Miss Janet. How are you, my lovely lioness? I am so excited that you're here. You're here. So when we get started, I just wanted you to go ahead and introduce yourself and just share with us what makes you roar and tell us all about yourself and what's going on in your life.
Well, thank you, Lioness Latrice, and everybody in the Pride. I'm grateful to be here. I met you many years ago, and your message inspired me, and I will still remember with your cubes and that you put them up and be and belong and believe. And so, when people speaking and empowerment and speaking, inspirational speaking, like for me, I just always take it all in and I remember it and I don't forget that because I know that's something God placed in my heart to be as well. So I want to say thank you so much for being who you are. You inspired me those many years ago and I have not forgotten it. So how God brings it all around.
Yes.
And here we are
God
together.
be the glory. Yes.
God be the glory.
Yes.
So many blessings to you listeners. And I want to say thank you. What makes me roar is some of the things, obviously our background, we don't get here by ourselves. And the journey has been long and it keeps going. I am a proud Marine Corps veteran. I served our great country for 8 years from 1996 to 2003. I am also have come from a very just my background. I called it brokenness to blessing. I am a 10 out of 10 ACE survivor, adverse childhood experiences, an only child to my uneducated parents. My mom had me pregnant at 15 to my dad who was 21. And by the time I was, she had me at 16. By the time I was 5, they were divorced and she was remarrying later. And so, every single list on that, there's a simple assessment that you can take to determine if you're an ACE. 6 or higher is a bunch of just toxic issues in your life. It's basically a story of generational curse. Drugs, alcohol, abandonment, neglect. I was in the foster care system in high school. All my high school years, I lived with 2 different families. But by the grace of God, He has ordered my steps. And I ended up going to college through my social worker. See, God places certain people in your life to peg you through your journey. And He encouraged me to go to college. And I had no idea that was in the cards for me. I just was very hard at that time and just felt like, well, who am I? I mean, I'm stupid. I'll never amount to anything. That was a lie, I believe, for my almost 40 years until, when you're in it and you're like, okay, I got this degree and then I got this degree and I got this, and getting, work and, more than what you even imagine. I just thought I would work and go and that's it, work and live. But God started, directing my steps, even when I didn't know him. So I was that little girl lost, seeking a God that I couldn't find, but he found me in the mess, right?
Yes, that's what it
And
says. He'll go after that one lost sheep, and he'll
yes.
find them. So yes, yes,
And
yes, yes.
so I joined the service as such a broken person, I'll be honest, but I wanted the challenge in my life. I wanted to basically run away from home. And one of the acronyms of the United States Marine Corps is USMC. They called it the Uncle Sam's Misguided Children. So I was kind of one of them. But I went in wholeheartedly. I was like, I
Mm,
want this for myself. I'm going to challenge myself physically, mentally, emotionally. But one of the best things that came out of that was that I learned leadership, number one. And number two, I met my beloved husband. We're married 23 years now with 3 beautiful children. And we're in the teen years now, 20s and teens. God has been faithful. It's been wonderful in our lives. And now today, I have discovered that voice of empowerment, um, helping women to come out of their battlefield of life as well, like going through it. The bullets are flying and we're going to continually be through a battle of this life, but we are victorious and we win.
yes,
But when, if God got me out of my pit, I can help others get out of theirs now. And,
yes.
we can easily, like just physically, just like I was taught, we had to dig a trench in the middle of the Arizona desert and play war and
Mm,
prepare for war. How easily we do that in our lives today. But spiritually speaking, we can iron sharpen iron
mm-hmm.
and help others come
Yes,
out of their trench. And
love
that's
it.
pretty much what I do. Today, I'm a coach. I'm a spiritual life coach. I am a 4-time author and I speak when opportunities come. So, and, just gleaning from biblical characters who inspired me as well is Hagar. Hagar's story. She's amazing. Her
Yes,
story was amazing. She had lost hope, but God showed up, Elroy, that
yes.
saw her in her desert wilderness with no hope, no plan, nothing but to die, pregnant.
Mm,
And God gives her a vision, gives her instruction and a blueprint plan, and literally births that baby.
mm, mm,
Come
mm, mm.
on.
Come on, and that's for
So
all of us. Yes.
what can he birth out of you? And it's still
Wow.
there. So if we're still living, there's something he wants to birth and
Yes.
purpose. So when you
Yes.
say pride and purpose, like I get that, you
Mhm.
know. And
Yes.
also today I'm very much blessed as part of the ministry is I was blessed to be part of our local jail support services nurture block and visit women in this program and bring this to them as well. So it has really fulfilled me so much to say God had ordered my steps there. And I went, wait a minute, walking into cell blocks this is Marine Corps
Wow.
boot camp all over again. So I call forth warriors and leaders out of that place. And it's been amazing, amazing. So
I can only imagine. I know with your spirit and all of your background and just the way God uses you, I can only imagine what that program is like, what it's going to continuously do, and I'm just excited for you. I really am. And all the life coaching piece and everything, it's just, accumulating to everything that you're about to birth.
yeah,
And I'm so excited for you, and just you inspire me. One of the things that we shared in the group last week, I think, and we have what we call our roaring days. So we have our R for reinventing, our O for optimizing, our A for affirming, and our R for radiating. And we were talking about how we can radiate in our greatness and how we can shine. And it's okay for us to talk about the goodness of God and what He's done in our life for us and to us and through us. And one of the things that we had said last week was bragging day. You know, it's the day to radiate in your greatness. It's the day to tell the world what God has done for you, to tell everybody what's going on in your life and the goodness and all your achievements. And when you wrote in that post how you're about to be a doctor, you're getting your doctorate degree, and how God has blessed you, and then to know your story, the brokenness and the people who have given up on you, and sometimes you even given up on yourself, but to see where God has brought you from and where He's taken you to, you are just the epitome of your past does not define where you're going. And so what we see in you today is just so amazing. And I'm so grateful and so thankful that you're here today just to let everybody know, not just women, but everybody know that it doesn't matter where you are, where you start, but if you get God in your life, He will make sure that you finish strong. And so we're just so excited that you're here and that you can share with us that story, and to give people hope, to know that no matter where you are in your lowest moment, God is there still with you. And like you said, Linus, Janet, is that if you're still breathing, He is not finished with you yet. There is still a purpose that He has for you because you are still alive. And if you're still walking and talking and doing everything else, God can still use you. And so we always say that if He can use a donkey, He can use us too. Okay. And so I'm just excited that you're here and you're here to tell your story. But I wanted to know, I know I kind of like told a little bit, but some of your greatest achievements, and discuss some of your greatest achievements so far and how we might introduce you 5 years from now. What do we, when you're on stage and you're about to speak and you're about to talk and you're about to give that lecture and you're about to empower us, how are they going to introduce you? What are they going to say?
Well, I'm really finally starting to really own this. Like I said, it has taken me a long time. I've gone through every process of healing you can possibly imagine. I want to make sure that I'm free. And I know the word says that we are free, but we got to get our heart connected with the mind, and the
Oh,
mind,
yes. Oh, yeah.
and
Total
then
mindset.
that total alignment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm finally beginning, because there's a light at the end of the tunnel finally,
Yes.
in all the journey of doing leadership. So from the military to my undergraduate degree and the military, God has afforded me this amazing opportunity to use all my military benefits, educational benefits, and get an education. And I'm telling you, I did not ever imagine this for myself, but my beloved husband encouraged me to go back to school. Well, you need to get your doctorate. What? But it leaped in my heart. It leaped in my heart. And I went to pray, and the Lord said, study yourself approved. And I was like, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. So next year, I will be Dr. Janet Garcia.
I
And
love it. I love it.
and that thing that the enemy will use something, he will use a person, he will use that negative voice, and he said, you're stupid and never amount to anything. And I'm like, what? Okay. High grades, high GPA, just I could not be here without saying that. To God be the glory, and that Holy Ghost has helped me through every class, through every line by line, every study, every research, and come to find out that I absolutely love doing research. I love digging in the Word, and then this is, obviously Regent University, Christian leadership to change the world. God has a bigger picture. He's got the bigger plan. He's got the bigger blueprint, and going into those in his word in the lens of leadership has just really rocked my world. And I'm excited. And I also want to mention too, as you were talking, everybody loves that underdog story. We love Rocky, and we love Moses, and we love the Samaritan woman, and we love Jesus. Like, Jesus was that underdog story too. So, I mean, I think we all love that type of story. So, and he does that for all of us. So anybody that is sitting around thinking I could never be used by God, yes, you will, and yes, you can be. So
I love it. I love it. Janet, like you said, God can use everybody. And like you're saying, we have these underdog stories, and we have these underdog stories because you hear them. It doesn't mean that there are not tons of other underdog stories are out there, because what we're doing is we're choosing to tell our story. And that's what we were ordained to do. God told us to go and tell, make sure everybody knows. Okay. Go not just in Chesapeake, not just in Hampton, not just in Virginia Beach, but in all the world. And so what we have to do is we have to tell our story. Your story is one of the most powerful things that you can ever carry within you, because part of your story, there you'll find your purpose. And so I'm just hearing in you, and I'm looking at you, and I see your growth all over you. And I'm just so excited that you have taken that path, because I know so many people now, because of your story, are going to be blessed, because that's what it's all about. It's about telling your story, and it's all a test. That's why it's a testimony. The money is the sound, the phone. And then that test, we all go through a test. And so we're just so privileged to be able to hear from you. And I know I can't wait till you're on stage and there's a Dr. Janet Garcia. You got to throw that Lioness in there, though. I'm just kidding.
yeah,
But it's just, that is so awesome. And you've given so many people hope. And I was sharing with you, I'm in that same process. So going through the things that I'm going through to get the doctorate, and it's like, oh, but when I seen you right there, I was like, okay, yes, I'm going to tell that story. I'm going to tell it. And so I'm really excited about it. And so thank you for encouraging me to keep me going, and push, get that push. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Well, you've given us so many words of encouragement tonight, just with your story. But what would you say to a woman with your background to encourage them? Anything else you would like to tell them? Anyone that may have a background, or like what you're going through, the foster homes and things of that nature, what can you tell them to just give them a word of encouragement?
Well, most importantly, I want to tell them, most importantly, like, your life depends on it. You have to forgive. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive even God. I blamed God for a while. Like, I thought my life would be at this certain juncture by now, and this was in the past. Surrendering all and forgiving your past, your mistakes, what you've done, others, the hurt, the pain, the trauma, and start thanking. Thank you, trauma.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Because, we're going to be on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, you will get to the other side one day. And do you know, when they delivered the demoniac of Gardenias, Jesus said, let's go to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But on the way, they had to heal a person who was very much oppressed. And you've gone through a lot of oppression. I know. But if you've been handed over to the tormentors, you have to make a decision. You have to make a huge decision for yourself, and for yourself now and for the rest of your future, because you will hold yourself back. And I want to see people free from that, most importantly. And then free yourself, because there's nobody else is responsible for that freedom but for you. And so you must forgive those who have hurt you. I get it. I know the pain must be excruciating. Please do yourself a favor and go through the healing. You have to open up yourself. You have to tear down those walls. And not you in the submission. God is just saying, that one little, area of your heart, I need you to allow me to heal that, because I have another side for you. And on the other side is a whole other community.
Yes.
There's a community of people I need you to go help, because we got to get off of ourselves and then go become that servant for him, using the story, using the triumph, using the victory of your testimony.
Yes.
So we can go unlock somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I stand on, because if I'd be holding on to all the stuff that happened to me, forget it. I just know I'm free. I've been getting free, and the more I'm getting more and more freer. And I mean, when it is all said and done, oh, sorry to Satan, sorry, not sorry, because
Yes.
God had a plan.
I
And
love it.
yeah,
I love it. And you touched on so many things right there. I can go on. You actually preached like 50 sermons in 2 minutes. But it was just when you were sharing and you were talking about how you can be you still. I, we shared this before years and years ago. We talked about purpose, and one of the things that we talked about is the word purpose being that first P being passion. How when we're looking for our purpose, once we find our passion, we'll find our purpose within our passion because we always loved doing something, but we just didn't know why. And one of the things you shared tonight, Janet, was your love for leadership in the military, in your community, and now a doctor of leadership. That's your passion. You love it. You love do, and so within your passion, you found your purpose. And one of the things that we also say, there's another P in purpose, and it's pain. And there's always pain within your purpose. Everything that you go through is for a reason. And I wish nothing on anyone, not even the things that we have gone through, but we've gone through it. And we have to remember that word through. You went through it. And so now you're out of it. But in that pain, there is a book that will develop, which we already know that you've had. There is a doctorate degree that will develop. There is a coaching career that will develop. All of those things came out of some pain, but because you forgave, because you had that in you to forgive, look what God is doing for you. And guess what? I'm gonna make it really sad. It's not even about you.
go on.
And he's using you like you're saying. So you have touched on so many different points, and I just wanted to break that down because you went in on us, and I am so it was just so just it was a revelation, because you can see where you were in your conversation and what you're talking about, and that's what you want. That's what you want, and that's how you're encouraging other women. If you can have them to see where they were, where you were, and where you can go to. I always say one of the things that we have to aim for too, Janet, is to start to look like where we're going, where
Yeah.
God has taken us, and encompass it. And if we're gonna start at school, if we're gonna be an athlete or whatever, we have to start to prepare ourselves to look like where we're going and where God has taken us. So I always said that I wanted to start my school with tons of children, and I can't do that without being Dr. Latrice Williams McKnight. So I'm preparing myself to look like where God is taking me. So
Amen.
I know He is taking me to so many places and higher heights, and I'm just so happy that I know you.
Praise God. Yep.
I'm
Amen.
so happy that I know you and that you're able to share with the women in our group. And I want them to connect with you. And so one of the things that I would love for you to do is if you can talk to us just a little bit more about your coaching, your spiritual coaching and your life coaching that you do. And how we can connect with you for those. Do you have group sessions? Do you have one-on-one coaching? If you can just give us a little um, background on what you're doing in your coaching program. Is it leadership?
So my coaching is personal leadership development. One of the parts of my journey also, and I'm glad that you bring this up, is that I took various assessments. When I didn't have anybody really speaking into my life and encourage me and going, drawing the gold out, years ago, I'm probably 12, 13, 14 years ago, I took a strength assessment. And it had a whole big report, and it told me you should be a coach, mentor, speaker, all these things. That just, I began to start to own these things about myself. The Bible says study yourself, your
Mm.
self-approved. So I did character, strength, spiritual, love language, you name it. And that just built up the confidence. And now I really own my gifts, my personality type, how to communicate that personality type. We have so many different, communication breakdowns because we don't know each other's personality. And I understand all that. So I've been certified in some of those, and I love doing assessments. I love to see where people are at in their life. So I have a 90-day coaching program. I can work one-on-one. I can do group. I actually prefer group. I love working small group. It's one of my favorites. And but one-on-one also, I offer, that 15-minute free consulting. See if it's a good fit for you. You want to move forward. No pressure. If it's for you, it's for you. If not, we're going to keep marching forward, but not on my watch, woman. If you find yourself just unsatisfied, stuck, frustrated, do you really know yourself? And really, if we spend some time together, we got to go through 3 stages. I put my clients through 3 stages. So you got to get your inner healing. Then you need to identify with yourself. And then we go into purpose, right? Then we'll really, really get into the nook and cranny of your purpose. And people I've worked with have gotten encouragement. They've gotten their health back. They've gotten, their communication knowledge. It's a person fit for their career. Maybe you're frustrated where you're at, career wise. And you're like, this is not who I really am, and I'm really unfulfilled. Like, that's something I'm so passionate in helping women is I really hate those stories that I'm really, 5, 10, 12 years from now, you're stuck because you're not even really in what you're passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're passionate and your hands are running all over the place, that's what you're passionate for. And I'd love to help revive that for women.
I love that. I love that. It's just embracing who they are and helping them to do that. And I'm excited. And I want you to now I love that. I want you to tell us, do you have a website? How can they connect with you? Are you on Facebook or your social media handles? This way, if they're interested in connecting with you, how can they do that?
Yes. So, all the social media we have. My website's janetgarcia.com. We also have our ministry page, Brokenness to Blessing. What we are doing is helping inspire spiritual growth books to women who are incarcerated. And I would love to really bring that to a national level. I'm also working on the leadership development curriculum for them. I think that's the big picture possibly. And let's see, Facebook. I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Not On My Watch Woman.
Love it, love it, love it. I want you all to connect with Janet. She's amazing. Such a powerful woman, and she's just I just love it. I just love it. I am excited for everything that God is doing in your life, and I'm excited that you are part of this Lioness group. And so I would love to invite you and to other Lioness. We're doing a vision party. And so I'm going to put a link inside the group. And I want everybody to take a survey and I'm giving 3 days. And so just if we could get those 3 days, because I believe that God is moving in a mighty way, especially within the group, and just watching and listening to all of the Lioness and watching all of you just have the newness on you guys and how much you've grown. And I mean, you guys just look so awesome, and I'm so proud of you. And I just know that there are so many in there that if they could just picture the vision, and I have a certain format that I use. It's a little different from your average vision board, but if we can begin to start to see what the possibilities could be, and then begin to grow and know that with God all things are possible, and we're looking at it, I believe that we can make some really great strides and have some really great results and watch God move and just be witness to that. And so I would love for you to join us. I'll send you all that information as well. And you can just be a part of that as a life coach, and maybe you can share with some of the ladies and things of that nature, so that they may be able to see life differently through the eyes of coaching. Coaching is so inspiring and so powerful. And that's me, that's what I do. But it's just one of those things where I love to just be in tune and have that one-on-one or either that group coaching where we're all on one accord and we're there for each other for that specific moment. It's all about them. And so I'm just really would love for you to be a part of that. So I'm looking forward to that. And so all the lovely Lioness guys, look out because me and Janet are coming for you. Okay. And there's nothing that you can do about it. So we're really excited about that. Janet, I am so excited that you've taken the time out with me. And thank you for being so patient with all the technical things. And then I'm not even going to talk about that. I'll tell y'all later what happened to me. But thank you so much for joining me tonight and taking the time out to be, a part of this. Is there anything else you'd like to say or you could leave with us tonight?
I just want to speak a blessing over each and every one of you. Anyone listening, is that if you find yourself just low and depressed, I called you to rise, arise, arise. Get dressed, go wash your face, go take a shower, get in your best clothes and act like you're going somewhere because you are. And God bless. God bless. Yes. I also want to let you know real quick that this is one of the books. If you get any coaching with me, you'll be getting any one of the books. But one of the ones that we do go over is Forgiveness Unleashed. And all of my books are found on Amazon.
Okay, and so you have one, and what else do you have? What other books do you have that they can find on Amazon?
Thirst No More, the missing drink to your thirsty soul. Out of religion into a personal relationship with Jesus. And then one of them that I don't have because the last book table I had at an event, I sold out, and that is Free and Unfettered. Having a personal Bible study in Psalm 139 about your identity that is in God. God knew you from before you were even born in your mother's womb. And he thinks of you as more as the sands are on every shore.
I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh, so y'all heard all of those books. I need you guys to go and get them. We will actually put those in the comment section below. And on our Beeline, you'll get to see where you can get those books, and I'll actually put a link there for you so that you can connect with her, and then we'll have all her information there for you as well. Janet, again, thank you so much. You know what we have to do? We have to teach these women how to roar through life. So go ahead and put those hands up. Roar! Yes, roar! Yes. Yes. Thank you again so much for joining us. And my lovely Lioness, we will see you again next week right here on the Pride and Purpose podcast. God bless you all and have a wonderful day.
Lioness, it's time to rise. Unleash the power deep inside, strong and fierce. You're not alone. Together we'll make our presence known. We're the women ready to roar. Build them, yes, life and sisterhood.